What's up, weirdos? How's it going, guys? How's it going? Nice little Saturday. Nice little weekend. A little bit of a correction after a monster week across the entire market. If you are feeling bearish, if you're in any kind of a chat or comment section on X, on Patreon, on YouTube, and you're putting out bearish comments, at this point, what the hell are you doing? I'm trying to be as PG as I can with it, but come the hell on. All right, what's going down? Let's get into the chat a little bit here, guys. We only have one super sticker to start the chat. Jeffrey, my guy, my dude, thank you so much for supporting the channel, my friend. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. That is the only super chat we have. Let's get into the chat a little bit. See what's going on. William, what's up, buddy? Good to see you, my dude. Good to see you. Jake the Snake says, hey now. Hey now. This is what dreams are made of. Absolutely. Roberto, how is silver looking? I want a breakout, obviously, but does it look like it's going to reject off the all-time high? Good question. Good question. Let me have a look. Let me have a look. There we go. Okay. Let me just get rid of the M2. Let me hide that. Silver. Okay. Well, look at that move on silver. Look at that move. That is juicy. Let me switch to candles. Looks like we're struggling, yeah, right here at the high. Right? We broke above it. We wicked above it. But can we close above there? Can we get above there and close above there? Here's the thing. I would not be surprised to see a little bit of a rejection followed by maybe a little bit of consolidation. You could consolidate somewhere around, you could get support there around $46.58. You could catch support around there, $46. You could come all the way down. I wouldn't be shocked to see us come all the way down right around there, around $43, $43.84, almost 85 cents, if we reject off the high here. I mean, silver's been running, man. And you combine that with the fact that you're probably going to start to see some capital rotation from gold and silver back into more risky assets like crypto. So I wouldn't be surprised to see a rejection and a correction down here, maybe to around $43.85. That wouldn't surprise me. What do we got? What do we got? Jared dropping some cheddar on me. Just added another 3.5K to my long-term bags out my trade out of your trade account. Second time since I started on the trade tier with $200, Rob. You are the man. Hey, absolutely, brother. That's the thing. And that's what people don't understand. A lot of people are sitting on the sidelines right now and they're saying, I don't have any dry powder. I don't have money to DCA. You could be in our trading group for the price of a cup of coffee a day. And just like Jared here, for the second time since joining our trading group, he turned $200 into $3,500 for more dry powder to dollar cost average into his long-term holds. And you're sitting on the sidelines going, I don't want to spend the price of a cup of coffee. Right? Then sit on the sidelines and make no money, right? Congratulations, Jared. I love to see it, brother. Strawberry Dragon dropping that super sticker as well. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, thanks for the support. Thanks for being here. It's always greatly appreciated. What else do we have? All right, so we looked at silver. Yo, Mars, what's up? Just scooped up some Moonwell. Couldn't help it at such a great price. I know, man. I know. People are going to be shocked at what Moonwell does. They're writing it off. Big mistake, man. Big mistake. October, baby. All right, guys, we got 105 people watching. We have 26 likes. Let's get the likes up to, let's get to 100, guys. We can do 100. Marcus, hey, Rob. Hope you're doing great. Have two questions. One, which will do better, Jasmine or Swiftcoin? Man, honestly, better is a matter of perspective. Are you talking about better in terms of ROI? Are you talking about better in terms of partnerships and developments? What are we talking about here, right? And number two, most conservative price for Jasmine this bull run, 20 cents would be the most conservative. Thanks a lot for everything you do for us. Hey, no problem, Marcus. No problem, brother. Kizza, my dude, says, hey, Rob, how's it going? Miria looks like it to bed. Good reason to buy some more. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. One of the biggest mistakes a lot of people make in crypto is either selling out of and getting out of projects that look like they've been beaten down, beat up, gone sideways, and done nothing for what seems like forever. And then that project goes absolutely parabolic after they exit that. For me personally, whenever I hold a project like Miria and I see it getting beat up, I see it going through, hellfire and brimstone, I see it boring sideways and unsexy, I accumulate like a madman because I know what comes after all of that, right? And it is glorious. So absolutely. Zebek for the win. Hell yeah. Ceiling Fan, what's up, man? Thoughts on Zcash right now? Do you think it's going to just keep flying or resistance soon? I think it's going to hit resistance soon. It's been going crazy for quite a few days now, so I think you're going to see some sort of a correction in Zcash sometime soon. Yes. Nothing goes straight up and to the right forever. Isaac, my dude, what's up, buddy? Pete goes in the chat, says, what's up, fam? We haven't stopped working on our animated series coming up. There is no days off when you're trying to make something great and you're fully immersed. Absolutely. Yes, guys, just so you know, there's a lot going on with Pico in the background. We are creating an animated series, and it's going to have its own YouTube channel. It's going to be absolutely amazing. If you're not in on the project now, we're also working on multiple centralized exchange listings. Guys, you're going to miss out, and you're going to be sitting on the sidelines, and then later, after we get all of our listings lined up and the series goes live, you're going to be sitting there going, why did I not put even a little bit of money into this way, way sooner, right? So, yeah. H. Barbarina in the house. What's up, buddy? Ohouse says, I'm sitting on my hands till the end. I got to save money for Christmas. Yeah, it's about that time too, right? So that makes sense. Ben, what's up, man? A BL reporting for duty. Let's go. Kizza says, I'm excited and nervous for what the next few months brings. Will it be marvelous and prosperous or disappointing and impoverished? Yeah, well, here's the thing. If you're not a little scared, right, something wrong with you. You got to be a little scared, a little nervous, a little anxious, a little excited, sprinkle a little, little anxiety in there. You got to love it. Troy, loading up another mill of Jasmine. There you go. Paul, good to see you, buddy. Jake the Snake. Ben Schiller enters the chat. Let's go. Man, Adams in the house. Ray, great things coming if you're patient. Hell yeah. Dave, what's up, man? Silver baby, getting those maples. Absolutely, there she is. Gamma Goddess. Hope everyone's doing well. It's DCA and Diamond Hands Day. Let's get this money. Quentin, what's up, buddy? YouTube watcher. Hey, Rob, can you do TA on Jasmine? Yes, altcoin requests go in the goals tab at the top of the chat. Anthony, hey, Rob, do you still got conviction in Jasmine's run? I'm up a lot and was thinking another 100K Jasmine. Anthony, what I would say about my conviction in Jasmine is I've literally been invited to Jasmine Labs in Tokyo, Japan, and I will be there at the end of November, the end of next month. So I'm going down there. I will be interviewing Hara, KJ, and many others. We're doing a week's worth of content, which we will be cutting up into 2 to 3 part documentary series about our visit to Tokyo and Jasmine Labs. So I wouldn't be going if I didn't have, that's my level of conviction in the project. I'm flying across the planet to interview the CEO of the company, okay? That's my conviction level. So yes, scariest part about crypto is getting into crypto. Once you get through, there is no turning back. October, absolutely, brother. Jake the Snake dropping some cheddar. Gracias, Roberto. I appreciate your opinion. Hey, no problem, brother. Jack Sparrow says, what's up, Rob Father? Bought the hell out of Miria. There you go. You got to do what you got to do, man. 2 Zbex for your thoughts. EZ, what's good, man? Happy Saturday. AF's in the house. Happy Saturday, my friend. Only reminder, 3 green Jasmine weekends. Why is it almost every weekend red? There is no rhyme or reason to it, man. It's just chart action, right? There's no weekend conspiracy on Jasmine. We have the best Patreon community. I've learned so much since January from Rob and everyone. Let's go. Absolutely, Strawberry Dragon. Amen to that. Isaac says, my wife and 2 daughters are devastated today. One of our 2 pets, bunnies, rabbits, passed. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, brother. I'm sorry to hear that, man. Scooped up more Swift and XCN. Absolutely fantastic. Ryan says, awesome. I've been actually holding Jasmine since the very beginning. Almost sold. Then I ran into your channel a while back. Awesome, brother. It's good you're here, man. I haven't seen you in a little bit. It's good to see you, brother. K Lily's in the house. Yo, yo, yo. What's happening? All right, guys. We got 132 people watching. And we have 37 likes, guys. We got to get those likes up. Let's get it to 100. Dave says, traveling across the world, that's conviction. Always nerve-wracking when you're in profit trying to figure out, hey, I get it, man. I get it. All right, let's get into the news a little bit, guys. What's happening this morning? What's going on in the crypto space? Kind of not very many people today on a Saturday. Maybe there'll be more people in the live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Central. 21 new crypto ETFs filed. Is this the breakout moment? The crypto ETF race just went into overdrive. On Friday, Rex shares and Osprey funds dropped filings for 21 new exchange-traded funds spanning everything from HBAR and Bitcoin Cash to newer names like Sui and Hype. Some with staking built in. Defiance ETFs piled onto, seeking approval for leveraged crypto and even Tesla and Amazon funds. As Bloomberg's James Seifert puts in, quote, things are getting wild. Friday saw a flood of filings for cryptocurrency-related exchange-traded funds. Rex Shares and Osprey, like I said, they had applied for 21 ETFs. I already talked about that. Defiance ETF joined the race as well, submitting leveraged ETF applications that don't just cover crypto, but also traditional tech names like Tesla and Amazon. Bloomberg Intelligence analyst James says, yeah, things are about to get wild. The US SEC is the ultimate gatekeeper for these products. Recently, the agency approved listing standard proposed by 3 exchanges. These exchanges mean that dozens of crypto ETF applications won't have to go through the slow-moving 19B-4 process, which historically dragged timelines out for months. In other words, the road to launch just got shorter and smoother. This regulatory shift is crucial, especially since the SEC has been sitting on a backlog of ETF applications tied to tokens like Dogecoin, XRP, and Litecoin. The friendlier stance from regulatory since Trump's return to office has created the most favorable environment yet for crypto ETFs. Whew. Here's the catch. The U.S. government shut down on Wednesday after Congress failed to agree on funding. The shutdown halts much of the SEC's work, leaving the agency with limited resources. That means ETF filings could stall until the government reopens. Some ETFs already in the pipeline were nearing decision deadlines in the coming weeks. Without active staff pushing papers forward, those deadlines may slip unless the SEC Chair Paul Atkins prioritizes crypto ETFs and directs staff to fast-track short-term approvals. Everything is effectively on hold. If these ETFs eventually clear the SEC desk, investors could see one of the broadest ranges of crypto ETFs ever offered in the US market beyond just Bitcoin and Ethereum. There could be regulated access to assets like Hedera, Bitcoin Cash, and newer projects like Sui or Hype. Add in staking components and the appeal widens even further, as investors might capture both price exposure and yield in the regulated wrapper. But timing is everything. The regulatory green light has never been closer, yet political gridlock could delay the party further. For now, investors and issuers alike are left waiting to see how quickly Washington will get back to work. This could be massive, my friends. Michael, hey Rob, thanks for keeping up with everything in your hard times. Hopefully the run is coming soon. Been a long time, not sure if I have stayed in, if I would have stayed in this long without you. Hey Michael, we love you here, brother. Absolutely. We're here to keep you strong, my friend. Dion, Jasmine, absolutely, man. Big Kev dropping chatter. If you like to hodl, swing trade, or trade meme coins, the Patreon is for you. Join today if you want to be a winner. Thanks for all the different doors you have opened. Get in there. Get in where you fit in. Absolutely, brother. Absolutely, guys. Listen, if you're not over in our trading group right now, I just dropped a new trade this morning over in the group. I will likely be dropping another one tomorrow. We do daily trades over there, guys. And if you don't know how to trade, we have training courses over there and videos that are absolutely free to our Patreon members. So you can learn how to do it in real time. We even show you how to use the demo mode so you can practice trading with Monopoly money, so you can gain experience. Jump aboard today, guys, and learn how to make that cheddar, okay? Okay, what else do we have? Let's keep it rolling. Now, this is big for me. I do hold a lot of Solana. Solana price prediction, massive liquidity inflow, boosts confidence. Is Solana next to hit an all-time high? Solana is trading at $227.69, holding steady after a week of heavy institutional inflows and rising market confidence. On-chain and derivatives data indicates a significant shift in market structure. Institutions are becoming increasingly convinced while retail remains cautious. So smart money's buying. Retail money is sitting on their hands going, I'm scared. Velo data shows Solana features open interests on CME have reached an all-time high of $2.16 billion as price has rebounded 23% from $195 to $235. This institutional positioning is ahead of the October 10th SEC decision on the Solana-based ETF. Timing suggests pros are positioning for a volatility spike. This is going to be exciting, guys, for all of you holding Solana. We could see a massive spike on the approval of a spot ETF. Another sign of institutional demand is the inflows into Solana ETPs. Total Solana ETP assets under management has surpassed $500 million, led by the Solana staking ETF, SSK, from Rex Shares, which has over 400 million in assets under management. The Bitwise Solana staking ETP, or BSOL, has surpassed $100 million in assets under management, and both products have proliferated since their launch. We are about to see something magical with Solana, guys. It's going to be great. This represents a structural shift in how investors gain exposure to Solana, from speculative trading to regulated products that offer yield-bearing exposure through staking. This is a sign of market maturity and confirms Solana is one of the most accumulated altcoins in 2025. This inflow also tightens up liquidity on the spot market, supporting price as supply on exchanges declines. With the CME record futures activity, this means institutional positioning is increasingly driving the price of Solana. So we are looking at a nice run up. Is $253 next for Solana, guys? I'm excited. Hopefully you guys are holding some Solana or some phenomenal Solana-based projects in the Sol ecosystem, like, I don't know, Pico, LFG, just putting it out there. Marcus, Jasmy or Swiftcoin, which would do better in terms of price action? Oh, that's tough, man. That's flip a coin, brother. Honestly, flip a coin. It really, they both have phenomenal utility. They're both phenomenal projects. You've got one leading the market in IoT. You've got another one who's really, really a trailblazer in decentralized finance. That's hard, man. 50-50, brother. 50-50 is what I would say. Right. Let's get into a clip from Squawk Box and give my voice a little bit of a rest. Got a video here from yesterday. The Fed cutting rates is positive for fixed income. Let's check it out.
Futures this morning, there's a triple-digit gain in the Dow. S&P pitching in with 15 points, and the NASDAQ up 52. For more on the markets, let's bring in Sarah Malik, Chief Investment Officer and Head of Equities as well as Fixed Income at Nuveen. I think at Nuveen, a lot of times I think more of fixed income. What do you want to start with today, Sarah? You extending location or duration with bonds. Is it attractive right now, do you think, if we're in a kind of an easing cycle with the Fed?
I think Fed cutting rates is positive for fixed income. Yields are very attractive here. We're focusing on credit over duration, though, and particularly like municipal bonds because of the strong fundamentals. States have very strong rainy day funds and also high savings rates. So that's the sweet spot of fixed income for us. Secondarily, we also like senior loans and emerging market debt now that some of the Liberation Day issues are behind us.
So tell me what you mean by that. I mean, you want higher credit, or you're ready to step out and you think things are fine and you think triple B plus, if that's still a rating? It's been a while, but would you go that way, or would you go more quality?
We go higher quality credit. So areas like senior loans, if you look at 8 of the past 9 rate cut cycles, senior loans actually performed very strongly. And we like areas with strong fundamentals, that's municipal bonds. So definitely looking on the quality side of credit, but then taking a little more risk in the emerging markets where that area was weak earlier this year because of Liberation Day and tariffs. And now tariffs, of course, are not behind us, but the markets have settled somewhat now that we have more information on tariffs and clarity in terms of where they're going to land.
Are you worried about the economy, and that's why you're going up in quality?
Well, definitely the employment markets are showing that the economy is starting to slow a little bit, but the 3 areas that we're focused on right now in terms of where we're investing is the government shutdown, also the pace of Fed rate cuts, and third quarter earnings. First looking at the government shutdown, I think usually that's not a huge impact on the markets, but the tail risks here are if furloughed jobs become eliminated jobs, that could have an impact on the job market. And also, because we're not able to get economic data like payrolls today, and we may not get inflation data, the Fed is going to be flying blind a little bit when it looks at rate cuts. So as you know, we have an FOMC meeting coming up later this month, October 28th, and the Fed may not have enough information to decide if they need to cut rates by 25 basis points. And then finally, on the bright side, third quarter earnings, I think, will come in strong. Year-over-year consensus is for 8.8% growth. I think that we can beat that, and it'll be led by tech stocks. They account for about 3/4 of earnings growth coming into the fourth quarter, into the third and fourth quarters, and I think tech will lead the way continuing from here.
So you don't ascribe necessarily to all the articles we've seen written about valuation. Valuation doesn't necessarily mean we're headed lower, but it's not cheap, is it, the market?
U.S. markets are definitely not cheap. They're trading at a premium versus history. But the reason for the premium on the U.S. markets and what the U.S. trade is really tech and AI. And I'm curious, Joe, did ChatGPT get back to you in terms of whether it is the poster child for the bubble or not?
Never did.
Okay, still thinking that one through.
I mean, it didn't give me an answer. It gave me a whole lot of.
From Perplexity, it's probably wrong. I'm kidding. He's going to be on later today. They need to tighten up those algos or something. I'm still worried about Gigo. It seems like they scrape a bunch of crap and half of it's wrong. So we're missing the step where it does something like Andrew Ross Sorkin is able to do. High level analysis and intelligence to collate and aggregate all these disparate facts but come up with something insightful. Does it do that? Have you found anything that does that anywhere?
No, you have to come up with it. But if you come up with the idea,
no, I'm not going to be able to do that.
It will then actually connect dots for you, meaning it can go out and try to find the things that would support.
But it'll get better, right, Andrew? We need more data centers,
right? Is that the problem?
more energy. We need more data centers. We need more.
But would it find things that may or may it would support it that may or may not be right?
I found actually, I mean, I think ChatGPT, as I've said, and I think Gemini increasingly has gotten better to the point where, for the most part, the kind of things that the kind of supporting material that they would create. Again, one of the things you have to be very cognizant of is asking it to provide links, which I think everyone
can double check.
I think everybody would want to check, and also, you can actually tell it, do not give me anything unless you've double checked it. Meaning, if you actually treat the thing, if you treat the thing like a person, where by the way, you may not trust a person to actually get it right, but if you say, look, only bring me facts that you've double checked, it will actually double check them. And by the way, if you talk to it like that, I mean, it's sort of a very strange thing.
There's a meaning to it.
Yeah,
it will actually do it.
It's early.
But if you ask some intern to go get you the facts, they're going to have messed up facts too, is the truth. And so, but if you say to the intern, do not bring me anything that could possibly be wrong, this thing will actually do that. That it will do. But it actually has to do with.
Why don't they put that into the algorithm?
Sarah, I think
how you prompt it.
Sarah, I think you kind of brought this. You brought it up and said, did it get back to me yet? And then we went off on this. You got any final thoughts? Because I think we ate into some of your time, and I apologize for that. But it is Friday, so we're probably all pretty happy. But so you figure stay the course in stocks and bonds.
Yeah, stay the course. I think that speaking of AI, this time is different versus the late 90s. I was a small cap growth investor in the late 90s. I remember that bubble. The companies this time are different. They're larger, they're profitable, and the users of AI, which is corporations, are putting that into their workforce right now. It's increasing productivity, increasing revenues over time. I think the issue would be if we hit an air pocket, because we are wondering, is there ROI on all this billions of dollars spent on AI going to make sure that we realize that in a timely manner? But while there could be an air pocket, the structural trend of artificial intelligence is alive and well and here to stay, and that will drive U.S. stocks higher. Actually, if you look at the S&P year to date, when it's up this much, which is about almost the mid-teens at this point, usually markets end higher by the time the year ends.
Yeah, we are in for an exciting year end, guys. This next quarter is going to be so fun. It's going to be so fun. Dion, yeah, Rob. Rob's growing the beard back. I keep seeing your YouTube shorts from however long ago you had an amazing beard. Yep, the Santa beard is coming back. It's that time of year, guys. I got to have the Santa beard ready for Christmas. Michael says, in other good news, if we come anywhere near your safe exit prices on the Patreon, I will be sending you a brand new truck every year. Well, Michael, I do prefer the GMC 2500 Sierra Denali, just so you know. Marcus, is there any way to find how much Swift or Jasmy institutions are holding? Well, based on my search through AI, 10 holders control about 43% of Swift's supply, with many likely being institutional wallets. So most of the 43% of the top 10 wallets are likely institutions holding Swift coin. And for Jasmy, let's find out for Jasmy. So somewhere close to 43% of Swift coin holders are institutions. And as for Jasmy, roughly 55%. Roughly 55% of Jasmy is held by institutions. So that would be, what I say, 43% for Swift coin, 45% for Swift coin, 55% for Jasmy are held and controlled by institutions. So, what else do we have? William, what's up, buddy? K Lily, yes, the beard was mighty. Yes, we are growing the Thor beard, the Santa Thor beard back, baby. Absolutely. All right, what else do we have? Ether closes CME week at 4,550. What's next? Ethereum closed its CME gap. Its CME trading week is what I meant, at $4,550, capping off a relatively bullish week for the second largest cryptocurrency. While this closing price reflects strong market support, analysts are warning that weekend price action could remain sideways or stagnant. I would be fine with a red Saturday and Sunday. I mean, we're already well into Saturday. It's almost 2 p.m. Central, right? So we're already well into Saturday. So who cares if we have a bit of a slightly red / sideways Saturday and Sunday? Who cares? As long as we start making that move for the next leg up next week, it's all good in the hood. The CME close is a key marker for institutional traders, often influenced short-term price momentum. A strong weekly close like this typically signals bullish sentiment, but weekends can bring unpredictable volatility due to lower liquidity and reduced institutional activity. Here's another thing, guys. If we do end up dumping on Bitcoin and Ethereum over the course of today and tomorrow, all that means is that we're setting up a CME gap that we're going to have to come up and close in the near future. So even if we did have a bit of a dump this weekend, it would only be temporary. And it's like, I got to quote my brother from another mother, Cesar, from Cesar Gets Crypto. He always says, and he's right, CME gaps to the downside, only they fill, but they don't always fill. They don't 100% of the time fill. However, CME gaps to the upside always 100% of the time fill. Remember that. That is from Caesar. I can't take credit for it, but it's very, very wise. It's a very, very wise way to look at it. Just like Bitcoin, Ethereum has shown a tendency to move sideways during weekends, particularly after a strong CME close. With most institutional players offline until Monday, retail traders dominate the markets, often resulting in consolidation rather than major moves. Many seasoned traders recommend taking a step back during these quieter periods. The risk of over trading is higher when the market lacks direction. Instead of chasing small price swings, it is often smarter to wait for clearer entry points, especially as volume returns during the week. With Ethereum trading near its yearly highs and broader crypto momentum looking healthy, holding a long-term view may prove to be more rewarding than trying to capture every short-term bounce. Whether you're a swing trader or long-term investor, discipline is crucial during flat market conditions. The overall sentiment remains bullish, but the message is clear. Don't force trades when the market offers no clear setup. Smart money waits, and so should you. And I got the hiccup. And so should you. I kid, guys. All right, let's go back and look over at the Bitcoin charts. All right, so it looks like what we're doing here is maybe we're building a bit of a bull pennant before we move to the upside. I could see us coming down here, maybe finding support at 121 here, this blue line support level, right? The high from last year. And then we bounce back to the upside of here, maybe, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, maybe Tuesday. So maybe Tuesday, Wednesday, we bounce here for a couple days over the weekend. Then Tuesday, Wednesday, boom, there we go, new all-time highs, right? That's what I will be watching for. That's what I think is going to happen. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, Marcus, Simon from Zebix says announcement coming this week. What could it be? Maybe it's the Ripple. Maybe it's the Ripple announcement. They said that they were hoping to announce a collaboration, the release of a product in collaboration with Ripple in the fall. So maybe it's that. Who knows, right? Speculation runs wild, brother. Speculation mania is running wild, brother. All right, guys, I got to get out of here. I will be back at 8 p.m. Central tonight for the live stream. I did drop a new trade over in the trading group this morning as well. Go check that out, guys. Join our trading group and join the Patreon community if you want to book your one-on-one coaching calls and so much more. The link is in the chat. It's in the pinned comments. It's in the description. Click like if you like this video. Click subscribe if you really liked it. I'll see you guys in the next one. God bless.